start your engine.
Oh, don't bother starting nothing. There ain't no racing going on.
Now, that's exactly the attitude you don't want to have, and I know a lot of you have that same attitude. You're all upset that you've been told to shelter in place or quarantine, so you're spending your days wasting it away sitting on the couch watching Netflix and being on Facebook and all that stuff. It's like, this is a disgrace. This didn't happen in World War II when people just sat at home and expected the boys across the pond to go do all the fighting. No, it was a national effort. Everybody got together and rallied. Those auto workers, they stopped making cars, and the women went to work, Rosie the Riveter and stuff, and they started building tanks, right? And those kids, they got out their wagons and they started recycling. They were doing paper drives and rubber drives and metal drives and all sorts of stuff. It was a good, nationwide effort to try to win the war, and it's gonna take that for this. This is an international crisis that we dealing with, and it's gonna take you to get off the couch. Now you kids who are off of school, you shouldn't be just playing video games all day. You should get into the kitchen with that chemistry set, and you start mixing up a concoction, and you might be able to solve make a cure for the coronavirus or something like that. Just make sure you have safety goggles and some fire extinguishers nearby and stuff like that. And then a lot of you computer people who are supposed to be working at home and spending all your day on Facebook, a lot of you guys spend all your days trying to block computer viruses. You ain't doing a dang thing to stop a coronavirus, so put your smarts to use and try coming up with a computer program that can help people. And you tree huggers, you should be out in the forest foraging for some exotic species of some plant that we don't know anything about. We might be able to use that and come up with a natural cure for coronavirus and stuff. And you gearheads, why, if you're like me and you got a bunch of broken down stuff, you can, put that to good use. It's like, I know we're having a national crisis because they predicted we ain't going to have enough breathing machines and ventilators in all the hospitals and stuff, but I tell you what we do have. We do have a surplus of broken down old lawnmowers in this country, don't we? Well, I've got the smarts up here. I got to thinking, and I'm thinking we could take these old broken down lawnmowers and turn them into breathing machines and ventilators and stuff, and that's my challenge to you. You get those broken down lawnmowers out and get out in the garage and start working, start inventing, putting your mind to use and come up with some ideas that we can use these for breathing machines. And I got some ideas to help you get started. I grew up Harlan County, Kentucky, and my uncle Fast Eddie Dixon, he told me, he says, Mason, if you could learn the workings of an internal combustion engine, you can fix it to make it go real fast. That's what I did right there. So I'm gonna tell you about how this engine here works. It's just a big breathing machine, right? There's 4 strokes to a 4-stroke engine, and it's intake, compression, power, and exhaust, and that's the 4 strokes. But I don't expect you to remember that right away. I took me years to figure that out and stuff. But old Uncle Eddie Dixon, he told me, he said, Mason, this is how you can remember it real good. It's suck, squeeze, bang, and blow. Yeah, buddy, that's what he told me. That's how you can remember it. Suck, squeeze, bang, and blow. I'm thinking we need to hook up a breathing tube somewhere. I think this is probably the best place right here. The spark plug. You ain't gonna need a spark plug on this thing now because it ain't running anyway. So I'll take that spark plug out. And I came up with this, had some of this copper tube and we had left over from a still and put a garden hose on there. So insert that. That's going to be like the breathing tube right there. Yeah, so now you might want to take off the blade. I do highly recommend that because we're going to be turning this engine by hand or something. And I don't want the patient to sneeze and lose a finger or a toe or something like that. So it's important to take off that blade. Now, I do think we could probably leave the gas tank and the carburetor hooked up, but let's see here. It's woo, that's got some old gasoline right in there. I think we should probably drain that out, wash it out, and let that air out real good. And then we could probably still use it so you can put in some essential oils that smell real nice, so you're not smelling like the inside of a garden hose. And you could maybe put some lavender or some eucalyptus oil in there and stuff, and then maybe dilute it with some water or some white lightning or something. See, it's all going to mix up in that carburetor and going to put that vapor into the engine there, right? So let's see, we got to figure out a way to turn this engine, keep it going and stuff. So I got this old bicycle wheel right here. Let's see if we can put that on there right there. Yeah, buddy. So we can you might get hard turning that big old wheel all day. It makes you feel like a big old semi-truck driver right there. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. But let's see. It does have a nice groove in there, see? So some of you geniuses might come up with a way to like hook up a little motor to that, and then you don't have to turn it by hand. You might be able to like take that old VCR and like just hook up a big belt to it and stuff, and then just putting on that rewind, and then just go, just like breathing and stuff. All right, so yeah, because that's such a big wheel and stuff, I got here one of these little tricycle wheels right there. See, we could probably put that on there and not have to push as hard there. Let's see there. There we go. That's good right there. And so we got this wheel hooked up right there, so that'll work good. And it doesn't have to be like horizontal like this. We could turn it on the side, and maybe while you're sitting on the couch, you could use your feet, and you could just like pedal along, and you get your exercise and get your breathing in too. So that's what we're gonna be working on right there. Now, so all you gotta do is hook up that hose to you. So when it's you're turning, you're bringing that mixture of the eucalyptus oil and the moonshine in there, vaporizing with the air, and make sure you change the air filter now. You don't want none of that old grassy oil smell from last year. So then it's sucking in that mixture, and then they turn it around, and that piston's coming up that cylinder, and that's when it blows that good fresh air into that breathing hose right there. And you breathe that good oxygen in there, and then when you exhale, you blow out. That's going to help push the piston down, right? And that's that bang stroke and stuff. The piston's going to come around, start pushing up, and that's going to have all that carbon dioxide in there, and that's going to be the blow stroke and blow that out the muffler there. So yeah, you just be breathing along right there. So that's my idea. I just gotta like make some little fine adjustments to this, and then I'm gonna like take it to the Department of Health and see if they can, maybe order a whole bunch of these, and you guys get out there. Like, I want you to share your ideas too. You might come up with some ways that we can mass produce some of these breathing ventilator machines and stuff like that. So get off the couch, folks. This is Mason Dixon saying, let's go racing, yeah, buddy.